This one's probably not going to interest many people in countries that have Scart sockets as standard in their TVs. Here in Australia we don't. Scart, pretty rare. It was fairly rare back in the days of CRT, and it seems to be super rare now in the day of an age of LCD and plasma. However, I keep on noticing with some smaller LCDs as the one in front that they often do have a Scart socket in them. I picked this one up here at a garage sale on the weekend for $10 because it had the Scart in it, and I thought I'd try it out and see what it looked like. The brand's JNC, and to me it looks like a rip-off of JVC. One letter difference in a font style that's very similar to JVC. It's only a baby, it's not very big, it's 15 inches, and it's a good old 4:3 aspect ratio. Here's the manual here and the model numbers on there, SSTSV15. And here's the remote. It's a proper one that belongs to it. It is, as I said, or if I didn't even say it, it is a TV. It is primarily a TV. It's not a computer monitor, primarily. There's your buttons at the front, change your channels and all that sort of thing. Let's get around the back where it's a bit more interesting. Okay, got a good assortment of connections on the bottom. Here's your power in. It doesn't have a cable that's hardwired. It's 12 volts, so the actual owner of this was going to put it in a caravan. There's the good old Scart connector there, and you've got VGA as well, so it can be used as a monitor. And of course composite and S-video and your antenna socket there. One thing I don't like in the design is the placement of the sockets. There's not much room. The Scart plug will fit into the socket okay. That is with a standard sized Scart plug and cord coming out of it. But if you've got a big, like a very thick Scart cable, it has room fitting in there. And the same with the VGA plug here I've got. The cable has to bend quite a bit there to fit. The stand's right in the way. So not really a good way of designing things. I do like what the manual states here. This is concerning the Scart connection. Note, the unit receives CVBS video, which is the composite signal, and RGB signal from Scart interfaces and is able to identify the signal format automatically. The unit chooses the RGB signal prior to the CVBS video signal. Fantastic, they got their priorities right. It's allowing RGB first before composite. It's good. Sounds great, but in practice it doesn't quite work like that. I've got the PS1 hooked up via a Scart cable to the monitor, or to the TV I should say, sorry. Turn it on. Not too bad so far though. The Sony at the top's got some sort of blue shadowing, which is not good. And then here, this looks very ordinary. See the slit in the P there? It's almost all red. And look at this. I don't know if you can see it. It's probably too late now, but I'll show you some more stuff. Look at this now loading. Look at between the A and the D, the red there. Look how it's bleeding. It's shocking. Look at that. It's not even yellow in all the areas. Looks terrible. Looks bloody terrible. I'm thinking that it is only in composite at the moment, and it looks bloody shocking. Anyhow, it's not all bad news, there is good. I've got the Saturn hooked up now, trusty old Saturn. I'm running Decathlete. This is a high res game, so it's an interlaced signal going into the TV, and the Saturn looking quite good. It is in proper RGB. It's not in composite as I suspected it was on the PlayStation 1. I don't know why that is, but I can't seem to switch it into proper RGB on the PS1 setup I was running before. Look, I've got to say, it does look quite good. It's very colourful, bright and sharp. Its main downfall is its blurriness. although it's not too bad, if you come from CRT, you will see the CRT is better. It's perfectly in that regard. A still image will look good on this monitor, but when it starts moving around a bit, it does blur just a bit. Although you could get used to it. Wouldn't take much to get used to it. It is a little bit dull around the edges of the screen. Not too noticeable though. And the other issue is, of course, you're not going to get any scan lines with a console hooked straight up to this LCD, or any LCD for that matter. You'll need a scan line generator if you want to try and emulate that effect of a CRT. As far as input lag is concerned, I haven't tested it. I can't really be too bothered at the moment getting all the gear out. Maybe another time to test it. It's only a little monitor, a little TV, so it's not gonna be used in my setup. I won't be playing anything on it. Let's put it into storage. Anyhow, I'll connect this up to a PC now and we'll see how it fares as a monitor. See how it goes with different resolutions streaming into it. Okay, the PC's hooked up now via the VGA connection, and the Saturn's still going over there in the Scart. Check this out. Scart, love it. His name's Scart for the Scart channel. There we go, decathlete's still going. Awesome. Switch over to PC. There it is. Now, I'm not a big PC games player, so it's not my area to comment on any of the graphical aspects, capabilities of the monitor. I'm more concerned with what resolutions this thing will take. Now, the panel's native resolution is 1024 by 768. Now, I don't know what's going on here. I'm going to set it to 1600 by 1200. And you'll notice it says that it's going to 1600 by 1200 when I change it to that very high resolution, which exceeds the panel's native resolution. And the icons have gone very small, so it is at a very high res at the moment, but I don't think it's going to be at a true 1600 by 1200. I don't think it can be. It's not possible when its native resolution is lower. So I have noticed with all the different resolutions I've tried, the monitor will resolve all resolutions. It won't necessarily display at the resolution that you've set it at. It will compromise and set it to something else that it is compatible with. It won't say out of sync or out of range as some monitors do, for better or for worse, don't really know. But considering that this is primarily a television, it does seem to do a pretty good job as a monitor. It backs up well as that too. Anyhow, that's about the finish of this one. Just wanted to throw this one out there. I'll also say I've seen an NEC branded monitor very similar to this, so you've actually got a proper brand name version, and another monitor or TV by the name of Omni. I think it's a cheapo brand like this JNC one. It also features a Scart in the bottom, so they're pretty common. They seem to be around a bit, but I'm going to keep my eye out for a bigger one. Bigger plasma or LCD with Scart here in Australia. Thanks for watching.